Let's talk about types of buying behavior. The objective of this section is to identify the major steps in the consumer buying decision process and the sets of factors that may influence this process. Buying behavior can be defined as the decisions and actions of people involved in buying and using products. Consumer buying behavior refers to the purchasing of products for personal and household use, not for business purposes. Business buying behavior is the purchasing of products by producers, resellers, governmental units, and institutions. Consumers' buying behaviors differ for different types of products. For frequently purchased low-cost items, a consumer uses routine response behavior, which involves very little search or decision-making effort. The buyer uses limited decision-making for purchases made occasionally or when more information is needed about an unknown product in a well-known product category. When buying an unfamiliar, expensive item, or one that is seldom purchased, the consumer engages in an extended decision-making process. Consumers have become empowered by information found on the internet that allows them to compare prices and read reviews about products without stepping into a store. A person deciding on a purchase goes through some or all of the steps shown in Figure 11.4. First, the consumer acknowledges that a problem exists. Then, the buyer looks for information, which may include brand names, product characteristics, warranties, and other features. Next, the buyer weighs the various alternatives, makes a choice, and acquires the item. In the after-purchase stage, the consumer evaluates the suitability of the product. The buying process is influenced by several factors. Situational factors including physical surroundings, social surroundings, time, purchase reason, and buyer's mood and condition. Psychological factors including perception, motives, learning, attitudes, and personality. And social factors including family, roles, peer groups, social class, culture, and subculture. Consumer buying behavior is also affected by the ability to buy, called buying power, which is largely determined by income. Not all income is available for spending. Marketers consider income in three different ways. Personal income is the amount an individual receives from all sources less the Social Security taxes the individual must pay. Disposable income is personal income less all additional personal taxes. These taxes include income, estate, gift, and property taxes levied by local, state, and federal governments. Discretionary income is disposable income less savings and expenditures on food, clothing, and housing. Discretionary income is of particular interest to marketers because consumers have the most choice in spending it. Business buyers consider a product's quality, its price, and the service provided by suppliers. Business purchases can be large, and a committee or group of people, rather than single individuals, often decides on purchases. The process of business buying is different than consumer buying. It occurs through description, inspection, sampling, or negotiation. Because business transactions can be more complicated and orders tend to be larger, information on business buyers and sellers is important.